some of your players yesterday, just the communication problems that arose last year, them thinking spring's a good time to work on that. A little less pressure, not the clutter of a game plan. What exactly do they need to work on to make sure they're on the same page?
Well, shoot, I tell you what, just probably the more the adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they know kind of the basic calls. Mm-hmm. But somebody moves, shift, we got to communicate faster when there's movement. Okay, we got to use hand signals. So if you watch some of our early film where we actually use hand signals, and we get later in the film, we're just communicating. We're not using our hand signals. So and we still got a long way to go. Yeah. We got to keep working in that area. But
did you? Are you preparing using hand signals? I know there's no crowd noise out here, but you will face.
Yeah, you got to use hand signals no matter what.
Yeah.
Just so because you're right, the crowd noise may not be a factor, but guys see it in here. Okay. So it's both, and then give a signal back that you got the call. You got the check, so a wave to acknowledge that you got the check.
And that's what some of the players were making reference to. Yeah, we got the calls out, but we weren't getting that confirmation they were there. And did you notice that a lot last year? Could you see that maybe two different defenses were being run on a certain play because nobody checked back?
Yeah, and I don't know if two different defenses were run. Yeah. A lot of them we did execute, but there was still no affirmation or confirmation, so, but obviously we did have some busts as well, especially game 1 last year. So,
in game 14, maybe. 6 touchdowns.
Davon?
It was all eyes there. It's probably more eyes and technique than actual, knowing what they're doing.
Davon comes in, plays quarterback. He obviously has physical attributes there. What does a guy like him have to do to actually get acclimated to playing defense first time in 6-7 years for him?
He's going to have to put some overtime in the study. And he's got a good group of guys who are willing to help him that he already is close to, like Trent Matthews, KPL, Kevin Pierre-Lewis. So he's pretty close to those guys already. So he needs to really visit with those guys and come see me. I just told him right now, you need to come see me tomorrow. He needs to catch up a little bit.
Can he play? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, we'll see. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to get out of this spring. So we got him and Willie Udofia is another example of guys. Let's see what they can do.
The other aspect of the communication was that you mentioned you guys did disguise. How tough a concept is that to get down, and what are the nuances that these guys need to learn so you're better at disguising what you're trying to accomplish?
The no huddle look to the sideline offenses. If we know that's the kind of team we're facing, then the quarterback will give a dummy kind of ready to foot up, okay, getting ready to, oh no, we're not going to snap it, psych, kind of deal. The guys are moving already, so they just got to really hold it almost till the thing snaps. And don't put yourself too far out of position to be able to, to execute your assignment. But we were moving when they gave us the false leg and things like that, that usually, tells you that the snap is coming. And then all of a sudden they freeze and look to the sideline because they got the call, or they got they saw the coverage. We showed our hand, and then they snap it and try to pick a play that that they thought would be successful versus what we're doing.
How hard is that really to learn though for a player though? I mean, it's got to be.
It's a little tough.
No,
it is tough, but we just got to keep emphasizing because there's sometimes the example that sticks out to me was Tulsa. Tulsa was rookie all the time, so we just got to really hold our water and just sit and just be patient and just know that guy's going to give you some kind of dummy. And sometimes the way to disguise is just stay in a split safety look, but close enough to get to the outside third or wherever you got to get to, and not all this or overly here and coming back here. It always looks like one thing, but we could be playing 7 or 8 things. See what I'm saying? So that helps you too. Just make it look like one thing all the time, and you could be playing a variety of things.
In general, what do you really want to see out of your secondary in terms of development this spring?
I want to see the discipline part of it, in terms of technique, in terms of our eyes, and in terms of competing and finishing. And I thought this practice was much better than day 1. And I just told them, hey, if we're doing this every practice, 1 through 15, we got a shot at it. And what you need to do is You may have some habits that are good, okay, but the bad ones, if you come through 15 practices and don't get rid of the bad ones, we've got issues. And there was a few guys still demonstrating the bad ones, practice one. Whereas today I saw, he got rid of it, or he minimized it, and he actually did more good things, and still playing the same, alignment or whatever. So,
what are the thoughts, I guess, like on Justin Sweet right now? How much did he progress last year with what he did with scout team, and is he ready to really compete for a starting job?
Yeah, he is, and I'll tell you where we saw it when we had the bowl practices when we weren't yet scheming for Washington State. It was just CSU versus CSU and the indoor and all that stuff. We were just learning our stuff versus our stuff. And I threw him out there with not just with 3s and 4s, he went with 2s and sometimes with 1s. And then you just make the decision there. Hey, I think this guy's got something that come next spring we could really say he's got to be one of those guys that you really got to evaluate and watch.
As versatile as Shaq Bell was for you last year, how do you replace him? He was somebody you could plug in a lot of places. Do you have candidates that could be that kind of guy for you?
I think we will. It's too early to say who that is. And when I say I think we will,